It's the Eastern Conference on display featuring the Philadelphia 76ers. It's Wednesday night basketball live on 2K Sports. Joined by Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge. This is Kevin Harlan. Tonight, a battle of up-and-comers. It'll take a lot of energy, Steve, but also some mistakes.
Yeah, turnovers for young guys. That's usually what turns the game around. And you can see the lack of experience. They missed their defensive rotations, and then when the game gets tight, they started to force shots. And it's fun to watch these kids grow up. But I think if you're a coaching staff, you're trying to speed up their experience because it's probably not fun to coach when they're youngsters.
All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. And so, in the game for the 76ers.
The new head coach of Detroit is Dwayne Casey. They're lucky he was available. He guided the Raptors to a franchise best 59 wins last season, and he was the coach of the year.
Now, here is Barkley. Aguirre grabs the miss. On the wing, Dumars. He's covered by Hawkins. That bucket in no time at all. Dumars got the first points up on the board tonight here for the Pistons. Dawkins against Thomas. Passes it to Hawkins. Philadelphia moving the ball around. Here's Barkley. Now in the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
A lot of laziness going on out there. Still early in the game, but that needs to get worked out.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
Pass to Hawkins. Screen by Barkley. To the paint. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Barkley's got his second basket of the game.
And defensively, this is a nightmare. He's already on a roll.
Well, obviously, this was the strategy coming in. Feed him the rock and let him go to work.
Here is Aguirre. It's Dumars on the wing. 5 to shoot. That's tipped, and he's able to get it back. Chalk up 2 there. Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by.
Well, a big focus for the Pistons has been improving their shooting, and they've done it. Last season, the 5th best three-point percentage in the league.
For Detroit, they've gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Here's Thomas, and Barkley sends it back. .133 left to play in the first quarter. Dawkins kicks to Barkley. Here's Hawkins. Rebounded by the Pistons. And Steve, last season the Pistons' three-point percentage was top 5, but their percentage inside the arc, bottom 5.
Only middle of the pack in terms of the number of threes they attempted. Might want to shoot more from long range. Force the defense to really guard them out there to open up the inside.
And here are the 76ers now. Following the bucket by the Pistons. Barkley with a screen on Dumars. Hawkins passes to Barkley. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team. So both teams changing it up here. Pistons leading by 4. Henderson kicks to Rodman. Shoots over Barkley. The shot's good from Rodman. Rodman's got his first bucket in this one.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Hawkins passes to Williams. And there's the feed to Barkley. Lets it go from deep. No good that time. And here comes Walker, leading the fast break. There's the dish to Henderson, and the basket is good.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
The 76ers trail by 8. Now the pass to Williams. Inside, Barkley. Woolridge against Williams. Here's Hawkins. That one's off, still out of sync. And so it's the Detroit Pistons holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. We come back right after this. And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from Detroit?
A huge fan of how they have rotated here defensively, been able to challenge multiple shots.
Yeah, it's been the defense that has them out in front. But let's see if they can sustain the intensity.
Rodman is out there with Woolridge. Then it's Salad. And it's Henderson in at the point guard position. That's the 5 on the floor for the Pistons. Detroit with the ball. It's a 5-point game. Walker against Hawkins. Right side to Walker. Kicks it to Rodman. 6 to shoot. Back to Walker. Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession. The 76ers trail by 5. Barkley the pass to Bull. 76ers moving the ball around. Here's Grant. Second shot opportunity. Bull, that's good.
Second chance opportunities. The great equalizer.
Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone. And the Pistons decide to take their first timeout right here. Steve, we've heard the phrase speed kills, especially when trying to guard someone with a very explosive first step.
Westbrook, John Wall, Kemba, Kyrie, Isaiah Thomas, Giannis Antetokounmpo, those guys, they get up and down the court. There's so many young guys. Ben Simmons, Donovan Mitchell. Woo, I wish I had that speed, Kevin.
You did at one time. You did have that speed at one time.
Not at all. Not at all.
Lambier's checked in for the Pistons. Lambier's screen. Shot clock at 6. Anderson with it. Barkley covering. Takes the turnaround J, and they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. The 76ers trail by 3. They set the pick. Thomas against Grant. Over Thomas. Here's Bull, and he jams it with authority.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Stolen by Grant. Here's the break. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. The 76ers shooting their first free throws of the game.
In the season ago, they hit about 75% of their free throws.
Detroit making a switch here. Aguirre's checked in. The 76ers making a switch here. Quarter number 2. We're about 2 minutes in. Outside Thomas. Lambier's screen. Thomas against Grant. Thomas passes to Lambier. The kick out to Dumars. Just 4 to shoot. The putback. Not going to go that time. And Philadelphia the other way now. Here's Grant. An easy 2 points on the layup. Grant's got 4 this quarter.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over.
And as of late, they have not looked good at all. Actually, they've been dominating.
And the worst part, they're starting to get down on themselves. Really need that one big play to spark some life back into them.
Williams, he's checked in for the 76ers. Payne comes in for Wiggins. Here's Lambier. And that one goes long.
Yeah, blown opportunity after the two-man game creates a terrific look.
That's how it's drawn up. That is everything but the finish.
And finished off by Williams.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. There's a minute left to play here in the half. 54 seconds left to play in the first half. Thomas kicks to Lambier. Woolridge the screen. 6 to shoot. Lambier passes to Thomas. Shoots over Grant. Up again. It's good on the putback.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Pass to Bowl. Got a piece of it. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Payne kicks to Grant. Williams a screen on Thomas. Grant, that's good.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Now here's Thomas outside Dumars. Shoots over Payne. Shot is good, and the 76ers lead is cut to just 3 points on the basket from Dumars.
And just enough wiggle room to get off his shot.
You know, going up against size, you know you have to get separation. Nice move from mid-range.
Thank you, David. And folks, don't go away after the break. We'll see you right back here for
the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, it's good to have you back. You're watching the 2K Sports Halftime Show. The first quarter didn't play out the way Philadelphia had hoped. The deficit for them at one point grew to 8 points in the period. They did not come out of their warm-ups with their A game. They were much more effective once the second quarter got underway, rallying to turn their deficit into a 3-point halftime lead. And from what we saw so far from the Sixers, Kenny, what's your takeaway?
Well, there was a big spark from the bench in the first half. Sometimes you're hoping for your reserves to come in and just hold court, but they didn't do that. They actually got better.
Check. What'd you think about the Pistons?
I like the way they rebounded. They devoted a lot of energy down low, fighting for each other on the boards, and they helped keep this game tight. If they can continue to do that, it could easily be the factor that swings the game in their favor.
And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half.
Welcome back to the Palace at Auburn Hills. That's a look at the Renaissance Center, which dominates the skyline in downtown Detroit. Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. Kicking off the second half, here's Brett Brown's foul. Passes it to Dawkins. Screened by Barkley. Good ball movement here by the 76ers. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. Barkley's got the lead up to 5 now for the 76ers. Here's Thomas. There's a screen. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net. The 76ers leading by 3. Dawkins against Rodman. And Barkley throws it down.
A little undersized at the 4, but he can get off the ground.
And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. And, well, Detroit shooting has just been outstanding tonight. 56% as a team in this game. Now a timeout called by Detroit. And, Smitty, if you had to boil it down to a single play in your career, what was your biggest moment?
Kevin, I'm glad you asked that question. I can also get it out there to everybody in the basketball universe. Game 7, Western Conference Final. Shaq fouled me, and they did not call the foul. Shaq fouled me, Kevin. That play still haunts me. I'm still mad.
Really? After all these years?
Yes. And he still lets me know that he didn't foul me, but we got to run the tape. He fouled me.
And he finishes nicely on the layup. Barkley's got 10 points.
Yeah, these defenders just looked a bit overmatched, especially inside.
Pass to Bull. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
When your defense translates into offense, it's a beautiful thing.
Here's Dumars. Nails the wide-open jump shot. 10 points for him.
Well, this is what every coach emphasizes. Keep your head up. Be willing to make the extra pass.
Pistons trail by 7. And now the 76ers on the break. Grant the pass to Hawkins. Barkley trying to break loose, and he drops it in from the low post.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Henderson kicks to Dumars. Now the pass to Sally. Here is Aguirre. That's tipped. Here's Dumars. And gets hacked by the D. He'll go to the line. For Detroit, they have missed both free throws they've attempted tonight.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
That free throw missing. And the second free throw, good. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Anderson passes to Grant. Here's Bull, guarded by Walker. Kicks to Red. There's a good screen. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Fires from 14, and that misses everything. Pistons trail by 8. Outside Dumars. Head against Walker. Detroit, no good that time either. Clock management, this is where they can get a 2-for-1.
And Kevin, every opportunity counts.
Thomas checked in for the Pistons. Wiggins is checked in for Philadelphia. And it's the 76ers with the ball. Since halftime, they've only allowed 5 points.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
There's the double team with Grant. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Walker.
And he throws it right out of bounds. Careless mistake.
Van Beers checked in for Rodman. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Anderson the screen. Grant outside. Knocked away. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. And the Pistons with possession here. And so it's Philadelphia going into the break with a 10-point lead. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. We've got more in store for you right after this. Now let's take a listen on head coach Dwayne Casey.
They're playing harder, they're cutting harder, they're running harder.
Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up. 2K Sports, happy to have you with us. Pistons trail by 10. Dumars is out there with Thomas. Then it's Sally. Then it's Lambier. And it's Woolridge in at the 3 slot. That's the group for Detroit right now.
Tough screen set there, and the defense was not prepared for it.
Here's Dawkins. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
The officials are all over that one.
He misses the free throw. And the second free throw, good. Now Thomas. Double team on Thomas. Pass to Dumas. Good, and the assist goes to Thomas.
His team hasn't picked up the slack, but he's doing everything he can do to win this game for them.
Wiggins passes to Dawkins. Lambier defending. To the middle. Here's Anderson. It's deflected. And now the Pistons fast break. Here's Dumars. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Man, both teams scoring at a higher rate here down the stretch.
You know what? It's all about the offense. Decisive and prolific. Fun duel to watch.
Timeout called the 76ers.
And you can see his wheels are turning. We'll see what he draws up here.
It's been an ongoing battle of adjustments, trying to identify your strongest matchup each time down the floor.
Detroit making a switch here. Aguirre's checked in. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, over that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Brett Brown said to his team. He gave them props for their defense. He said, the defense has been outstanding. Keep pressuring them, forcing turnovers, and we can win this one, guys.
Okay, David, much appreciated. Inside, and then Lambier with the dunk.
And really a good job spotting his teammate near the bucket and then just pinpoint passing for the finish.
Pass to Dawkins. Over Thomas. The 76ers again can't hit it. Pistons trail by 3. Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. Out to the right wing. Lambier a screen. Aguirre kicks to Lambier. Outside, Woolridge. Picked away. Fast break, Philadelphia. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. And he makes the first. Rodman, he's checked in for Detroit. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
This guy is the definition of the word clutch. He has all the trust in the world from his teammates in these kinds of situations.
1:51 left to play here in the fourth. Dawkins against Thomas. Got a piece of it. They retain possession. Lambier, and they had their chances. 2 offensive rebounds, but they still come up empty. Pass to Dawkins. There's the pick. Philadelphia moving the ball around. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Barkley with a screen on Thomas. Dawkins the pass to Barkley. And then Barkley with the dunk.
Is it any surprise that he's been hitting everything out there? You want the ball in his hands as much as possible.
Pistons trailed by 7.
Can't waste a second now. And even then, there's still little chance.
They're teetering on the edge, just trying to hold on to any hope.
There's Aguirre. He kicks it to Lambier. Shot clock at 5. Lambier a screen. Here's Thomas. Yes! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
Big shot. As soon as he got an opening, boy, did he let it fly.
He doesn't need a second invitation. If the D's going to give him that much room, he'll jump at the chance to take the hero shot.
Barkley against Rodman. Lambier with the steal.
And this is not a time to be patient with the basketball.
Yeah, for sure. They need a quick score and a foul just to have a chance.
And so they choose to intentionally foul. And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second. He's able to hit the second one, and that increases their lead to 6. Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 6. 23 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Guys, what's your take?
And I'm not sure the two-point bucket does much here. I think they got to go for 3.
They need to work on getting a clean, quality look from the perimeter here. That should be their focus.
.23 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Aguirre outside Thomas. Outside Dumars. Lambier with a screen on Hawkins. Thomas kicks to Dumars. Laces one from 3. 9 seconds left in the game. And they need to stop the clock, so there's a foul.
Yeah, you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
He drops the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 5-point game.
Locking down the W. It's got to feel good to him right now.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. They're trailing by 5. 6 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Lambier kicks to Thomas. Money!
How about the screen that frees him up, though, for the jumper?
And an intentional foul there stops the clock. He hits the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. So he gets them both, and it's a 5-point game. So Philadelphia wins it. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for him, Greg. They really had to work for this win.
That's a good point. I mean, weaker teams might have buckled at the end with the crowd amped up, everyone in the building kind of rooting against you, but they stood tall and pulled it out.
Well said. And that'll do it, folks. For Steve Smith, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan.